Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. And here's Marshall. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. The Jets and Browns, two cellar dwellers.
Yeah. I just got on. All right, can you hear me?
Myles Garrett, it was his NFL debut. He got 2 sacks, but it was former Brown Josh.
They just cut my mic on. We're live here in Cleveland. This is Here's the Best. You know, we here on UE Network as I return back to a city that I helped made famous to watch two guys that are ready to compete here. Game has got kicked off, but we're ready to get going. 3rd and inches for the Jets. It's going to pick up a first down here. Stood up around the 37-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Jets. We know the Jets are a physical team. Love to play smash mouth football. Don't like to turn the football over and then play stout defense. And we know Dan is a optimistic defense, bend but don't break type of defense. We'll bring up 1st and 10 on this play. A little flare screen out in the flat, a little spin move. He stood up at the 40-yard line. Jabril Peppers amongst the Browns on that tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Cody on the catch for the Browns. And we know that the Jets are starting a young guy, Sam Darnold out of USC. A lot of people feel real high on this guy, and the Jets fans are hoping that he's not like the last Jets, or the last USC quarterback, if I must say, and March Sanchez, the butt fumble man. Play action on 2nd and medium. Pass in the flat, steps out of one tackle, spin move here, and he's down at the 42, and the Jets are moving right along. And the crowd here in Cleveland is not happy with what they're seeing thus far, as the Jets are marching down the field. And we like the end zones here in Cleveland, and things has changed just a tad bit. Took the orange helmet out the middle of the field. Just a little different here in Cleveland, and I like it all. Outside handoff, and that Cleveland front four is not having none of Isaiah Crowell, a former Cleveland Brown himself. And that will bring up 2nd and long. Now the Browns are going to try and do a little bit of different type of alignments, as I talked to their coaching staff throughout the week. They're going to try to confuse the Jets on offense, make the young guy beat them here at home. They feel like the dog pound will give them an advantage that they need in this football game. 2nd and 10. Good coverage on the play, and it catches off a deflection. That's a tough break there. But we do have flags on the field, and that will be a defensive pass interference against Bowman. Jets will accept that penalty. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Jets. Now watch his guy that has been coming to UE. He was a newcomer last year, and he has made his name, and he is ready to continue on his legacy as he chased down some of the greats here in UE. And Dan has been a staple in UE for a while now. Sam Darnold changing at the line as he surveys his defense and see what he's got. Guys coming in motion. As we see one-on-one coverage on this outside right here. I wonder if he's going to work this area of the field. A little crossing route. Steps out of that. We got flags all over the field once again as he is wrestled out of bounds, and that's a holding against the Jets. That's a 10-yard penalty. Put him behind the sticks, and a bruised sternum. Ooh. And Ogwin is going to be out for the rest of this football game, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on Miles to get pressure on Sam Darnold and to create havoc against that Jets defense. Jets offensive line that is not as good as advertised. So 1st and 20 in the first quarter, first drive of the football game. UE Network, Browns and Jets debut. UE late night is the theme in the flats. This is what this guy loves to do. Watch loves to hit it in the flats. Sam Darnold, 4 for 4, 45 yards, 5 yards here and there. That's how Watch likes to attack, and our mini battles, which he clearly dominated last season and last Madden. He loves to get the ball out of his quarterback hands quickly and let his guys make plays for him in the flats. 2nd and 15 for the Jets. As the Browns in the 4-3 set. Steps out of one tackle, and he is finally wrestled down around the 20-something yard line. That's Marshall on the carry for the Jets. Avery on the tackle. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. This is where it's key at when you're facing a guy like Watch. You have to make sure you get off the football field on 3rd downs. You have to make them either punt or kick a field goal, attempt a field goal, because if he gets first downs, he's chewing the clock. As you see now, we're under 3 minutes here in the first quarter, and that defense is already hard to solve. So you got to make sure you get off the field. And the 3rd down pass is complete for the Jets. As we're having a little technical difficulties in the studios, and that is going to be a touchdown. Jets right across the middle of the field, and that's what he likes to do, run these type of routes, combination routes, to manipulate that middle linebacker. Great balance on that first drive for the Jets. 5 pass, 5 run, and the extra point is good. We have a new score out here in LeBron land as 10-play, 76-yard drive for the Jets as they are up 7-0. As the Browns will try to take this kick back. Trying to get to the outside, makes one guy miss, and he is knocked down at the 26-yard line. Didn't do much of a return on this play. Browns first possession. Lamar Jackson, he was the guy that was coveted from the start by Coach Dan, and he's the guy that is going to be the future here in Cleveland. The fans are excited. They really love Lamar Jackson. He's excellent in the community, and they are seeing him just grow as an individual and a player in the first 2 weeks of the season. Last week had a good game as well. And this is going to be a good test against one of the best defensive users, probably the best defensive user right now in UE. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 as we are loading up a little bit. Duke Johnson is lined up right towards his left-hand side. We're going to get a little power for Duke Johnson as the crowd echoes Dukes throughout the dog pound. He only picked up 1 yard on the play. This Jets defense is going to be tough to run the ball against. Obviously, due to some rules and UE, and also as balance. It's going to be hard to get some yards against the Jets. But I think the keys to the victory for me will be you got to stay balanced. You have to make Watch respect your run game. If he doesn't respect your running game, and then he can just tee off in his zone as he used to be, as some people used to call him Captain Cover 3. But he's definitely not that guy. He's more versatile than that. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Browns on this play. Still midway through the first quarter. Lamar Jackson's under pressure and hit on his first pass of the game. And that's what they do. That's what Coach Watch does. You don't like him. I don't like him. But this guy makes sure he gets the job done. And with the way he gets the job done, he confuses these guys each and every time he's playing. So he loves to bring heat on that play. 3rd and 9, no pun intended on that one. 3rd and 9 on this possession. This is huge. Jets are making a little alignment. Lamar Jackson is under center, and he steps out of one. And this is what is key to so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. He makes a no. He couldn't get away from that tackle as he is wrestled down 4 yards short of the first down by Avery Williamson for the New York Football Jets. That will bring up the punt situation for the Browns. And the punt will get inside the 20, right back as a touchback. Now, this is interesting. Dan and Watch was in the same division last year, as Dan was the Bills, and they had a lot of great games. So, as Watch is one of those guys in the league that kind of maybe creates fear or intimidation to other people, he kind of broke Dan towards the end of Madden, and I think that was more the game than Watch. But these two has had some really drag-out fights, so don't expect Dan to quit here. First down carry to Isaiah Crowell. The former Brown picks up just about 6 yards on that carry. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Jets. But the one thing I will say here, they're going to have to get off the field. You do not want them to get a drive going, flip field position. The young quarterback Lamar Jackson needs a short field against such a stingy defense. Toss play to the outside, and Crowell is going to be tackled just shy of the first down marker. That will bring up 3rd and 1 on the play. UE, all the people that listen in, we appreciate you. This is the first broadcast of many, many to come, as I definitely will do as many late games as I can, the games that I'm available. I definitely will get with the users, and we're going to get this thing going, try to have a little good time here in UE, as I am retired, sitting back, sore thumbs, and cannot participate and keep up with these young guns anymore in UE. 3rd and 1, Sam Darnold, drag route. That is his calling card. 6 for 6, Sam Darnold. 70 yards. That's the thing with Watch. You know, you have to contain him. And he is like the Michael Jordan. And I'm not saying he's the GOAT. Definitely not saying that. But he's like the Michael Jordan. You know what he wants to do, and he's going to do it, and it's hard to stop. We know he likes to run the drag route. He runs the drag route, and it's just hard to stop, even though you prepare for it each and every week. So it's very difficult. Myles Garrett's going to have a big game for them. But it's kind of hard now with his running mate out for the game. Sam Darnold is letting this play clock go down. A little pressure up the middle. Another wide open receiver for the Jets. That Brown secondary is getting shredded right now. That's a pickup about just 18 yards to go at the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter, Jets 7, Browns 0. Jets is on the other side of the Browns 50. They have been living on the side of the field. Second possession of the football game, running right up the middle, right up the gut, and it's not much there. Got back to the original line of scrimmage on the play. 2nd and 10. Good tackle by Mr. Avery for the Browns. Dan is going to have to create some type of heat, no pun intended, to this young man, because if he doesn't, then Darnold's going to pick him apart, because his offensive coordinator is going to make him be very successful. Checking at the line, I will be surprised if he doesn't go, right back up the middle. Smash mouth football at its finest. 3rd and short to go for the Jets. When you're playing watch, you have to realize this guy is going to try to get himself ahead of the sticks every single time. He doesn't go for the jugular as much, because he knows if he gets 3 here, 3 there, 4 here, he has a first down. 3rd and 4, steps out of one tackle, and he is going to be pushed forward. That is some unfortunate luck. That's Madden there. You know that's what happens sometimes. 9-yard gain for Mr. Keith Marshall. That's the former running back out of the University of Georgia Bulldogs, excuse me. 1st and 10 for the Jets. About the Browns 34-yard line. Shout out to the committee, man. You know, Paul, Keen, Ray, KT, UPT. Those guys have been doing a wonderful job, and everyone that's helping police the league. The 305 show will be back soon. What in the world? A blown play turns into 10 yards on the play. You gotta love that. Those are the type of mistakes, and those are the type of things that used to make me want to break my controller. Things like that happen, and you don't have any control on it, and then the user gets big plays off of it. The Browns got to bounce back. Dan's got to keep his composure here. It's only 7-0. Even though the Jets are marching down here, let's see what his defense is doing. Shifting his linebackers a little bit. Good job on that shift. They still blocks it up very well. And he picks up another 10 yards, and that's another first down for the Jets. It's one thing I will never understand, how Watts gets his guys to block so well. He must spend so much time in practice to make sure his guys are executing, locking up their blocks. And a lot of people in the UE say this guy's be holding. The referees just don't call it. Brown seeing the blitz on that play, and that's a negative 1 yard on the carry. Bowman is in the backfield. Now, Dan is one of those optimistic defense, and he's that type of guy. And I know we're in season 1, week 3, so it's going to take time to build the type of teams he have. But Dan is a guy, a user that really doesn't get riled up too much when facing a deficit. Good job of releasing, good coverage there. Darnold's first incompletion of the game. Good read by Dan in the middle of that defense. 3rd and 11. Hey, you remember in the first quarter, that's what I said. You have to get off the field. Make them kick field goals. Make them punt the football if you want to beat the Jets and Watch. You have to keep him out the end zone, because as good as he is, if he doesn't score touchdowns, he's not as comfortable as he normally will be. This is big. Miles has had to show up some way. He has been very quiet here in his first half. Offense breakdown, 12 rushes. And my goodness, I about drunk something I ain't got no business drinking here on the air. 3rd and 11. Darnold throws it up, and the pass is complete. My goodness, how did he catch that one? Touchdown, Jets, Jets. Jabril, excuse me, late night. Peppers in coverage. Didn't make the play for Coach Dan. That is obviously a disappointment. Another 4-minute drive for the Jets as they go up 14-0. Lamar Jackson, this is on you. You're going to have to make something happen for your football team on this drive. If you tune in late, this is UE Network. Here's the legend, the retired 10-time champion of this league, co-founder and brother to all of these guys in UE. Signed the deal earlier today, as we will be broadcasting a 2-year deal, so I will not be back in the league for the next 2. I'll be in the booth enjoying, not stressing or sweating during these games. 1st and 10, Lamar Jackson steps up in the pocket. This young man is exciting. I love to see him out there. 1st and no, there's going to be 2nd and inches as he picks up 10 yards on the play. This is a dynamic that Watch is going to have to adjust to, because Lamar Jackson's speed is electric. He is like the Michael Vick. He is the Michael Vick of the modern day Madden, when Michael Vick was just flying around with those dirty birds at left hand, and he could just fling it down the field. 2nd and inches for the Browns. Interesting, they're going to the gun on this play. Good pass in the middle of the field. Great accuracy to Flash Gordon as he's trying to get this crowd fired up. Good to see this young man back up on the football field in Madden. Well, Madden, he's never really left. But Flash Gordon gets the first down that the Browns needed. The crowd is trying to get behind this team. And as I said before, do not panic. You get the ball first in the second half. March down and get something on this drive if you're Dan and the Cleveland Browns. 1st and 10, ball it down 42-yard line. Browns are moving after that first down of the game. Lamar's under a lot of pressure. Sacked for a 3-yard loss. Cliff Avery, the ageless one, on the sack for the Jets. It was nothing open on that field, and I've been in that position before. When you're looking down the field against watching, you have something before pre-snapping. It looks like it will be open. His guys are so disciplined. They flow to the football so fast. And you do not have nowhere to go. 2nd and long after the sack for the Browns. Good pass in the flat. Duke Johnson couldn't make that one linebacker miss. That was a great read on that play. That will bring up 3rd and 7 as we're under 3 minutes in the first half. Jets 14, Browns 0. Watch and Dan renewed their many disagreements last season here in LeBron land. And as we talk about Dan did something that a lot of people with the number 2 overall pick, these guys ironically had number 1 and number 2 picks this year. Watch obviously traded here. 3rd and 7. Makes one guy miss, and will he get the first? He does, and he is going quickly to the line. 1st and 10 for the Browns. We're going to stay right here. Let's see what Lamar Jackson and them can do. 2:17 left before half. We do have a offsides on the play, free play, and Lamar Jackson is stuffed in the backfield, but that was an offsides against the Jets. But these two did have the first 2 picks in the draft this past season. UE draft lottery. Watch traded back. As Perez, shout out to my brother from another, Mr. Perez. He took the Jacksonville Jaguars. He will be a force to be reckoned with and will beat the Titans this week. I don't know if they played already. I think they have. Lamar Jackson on the carry, and that will get us to the 2-minute as Lamar gets nothing on that play. But a lot of people were surprised that Dan took the Browns, not because we know Dan loves the mobile quarterback. Baker Mayfield did fit that description, and we thought he would go Ravens, but it was the best decision for him. But following in the footsteps behind KT and yours truly here in Cleveland was something that should not be underestimated. These fans are anticipating a good owner for the next 8 years. I know they're going to have one in Dan. He's going to get them where they need to be. 2nd and 5 for the Browns. He's going to go deep, and that pass is completed. 28 yards. Lamar Jackson on the play, and we can't tell who that was as it's a little foggy up here in Cleveland. In the press box, they're going to give me some cleaner windows next time I come here to Cleveland. Come on now, this is a house that I helped build. 1st and 10, inside 14. Chubb is on the outside. He's trying to get inside the 10, and he is wrestled down just around the 7. Nick Chubb out of Georgia. This is a battle of the Georgia puppy dog Bulldogs, as they have Keith Marshall on the other side, Nick Chubb on this side. 2nd and 3 for the Browns. And here's the kicker here. If I'm the Browns, great balance, 5 and 5 out of your 10 play calls. Would I rush it? I would take my time and see what the Jets are going to do. I would make them, if I'm in this situation, I would definitely try to put the onus on him to make a play. Nick Chubb steps out of 1 tackle. Oh, that's Duke Johnson, excuse me. But no gain, on the play. And when I'm in the broadcast, I'm going to definitely give my insights because I have nothing to hide anymore because I'm definitely not on the field or playing. But in these situations, I like to make the other user make a decision. You're going to show me your hand regardless if you want to or not. If you don't want to show your hand, fine. You won't get this football back with no time left. But if you do want to show your hand, you're saying you want to get the football back, you're going to call timeout. Dan is doing an excellent job here. Very smart. This is something that I would definitely do if I was in the game. Get it under 10. It's within the rules. You're not doing anything wrong. Great pass. You have a 1st down, and now you can get yourself a timeout. It's 1st and goal. No, he's going quickly back to the line. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. We got to stay here, UE Network. As the clock ticking away, 20 seconds left into the half. He has plenty of time, and he is hit down. We'll definitely see a timeout, 3-yard loss on that play. I didn't like that play call, and that's the first play call I hadn't liked inside the booth, and I will say if I don't like them. 1st and goal is the 3. Call your timeout. Get yourself together. You have a great drive going. Do not put yourself in a bad situation and not get nothing out of it. Screenplay inside. Great play call. Touchdown Browns as the dog pound is barking out here. Some bones need to be fed to him as the Browns are 1 extra point away, a PAT away from cutting this to 1 score. And the PAT is true and through. 14-7 Jets, 12 seconds up before halftime. Now the wind is against them. This is going to be a tricky kickoff on this one. He will get this in play around the 7-yard line. The clock is going to be under 10 seconds, and it's just about 8 seconds as he will start just outside of the 30-yard line. Now this is where Watch is going to do what he does best. Probably run the football, but he might get a big gain. We know he loves to run that play to get the guys to the one-on-one, and this will get us to halftime. Halftime score: Jets, Jets, Jets 14, Browns 7. Quick turnaround. I don't even get to drink none of my. This is not something you want to see here. Botches the kickoff, my goodness, and you'll start the 10. Now you have to go plus 80 yards against Watch. Here's the secret against Watch. You know that you're not going to be able to drive 80 yards on him, so you would try to minimize the field as much as possible.
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Good pass in the flats. Pressure was being brought, and that's a first down for the Browns. Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold are both rookies, both looking very good, very sharp, very crisp, and they are running the offenses that their respective teams would like to see starting out thus far. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Lamar's under a lot of pressure, and he is sacked by big Leonard Williams, another USC Trojan. Big 6'7", 3 Bills, close to 4, and he just swatted that offensive lineman off like he was nothing. That'll bring us 2nd and 18. You just hate to have that happen during a drive that you need right now.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down right at
checked in the flat, and that will bring up 3rd and 13
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
For the Browns. I
appreciate that, Josh.
That my boy lost in the game, so the Jags have dropped to 2 and 1. 3rd and 13 for the Browns. Lamar Jackson's going to have to make something happen. We know the Jets are going to bring some pressure, and here he comes. He steps out of that pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny makes one guy miss, and he is almost beheaded at the 30-yard line. That will bring up a punt situation for the Browns. Good thing for the Browns that they will have the wind behind their back, so you can try to pin them. This is going to be a big quarter for the Browns, and that punt will go inside the 20-yard line, as the Jets will have to go 80 yards, 80 plus, 84 to be exact, to get a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Jets. After that 3-and-out possession, this is where Watch get going. He's like a pitcher in the groove. If you watch any baseball, you know how pitchers have to get in the groove. That was a dangerous pass where that could have easily been a big momentum turning interception on the play, but that will bring up a 2nd and 10, innocent pass on the stat sheet. But as I was saying, Watch is like a pitcher that gets in a rhythm in baseball. After he strikes you out, he might get a few ground balls to get some pop-up, but once he get the outs going, it's hard to get him off the field, and that's how he is as well. Good pressure. The ball is loose. We have a loose football here in Cleveland. Who wants it? The Browns want it. They have the ball. 1st and 10. 1st and goal, inside the 10-yard line. This is what they need to hear. Cleveland, stand up. This is a big play for your defense. And this is what I was talking about with Dan and Watch. These two guys are familiar with what they want to do. New team, new game, still the same type of concept the majority of the time. And the first mistake of the game goes to the Jets rookie quarterback, as both of them are starting young bucks in this game. 1st and goal for the Browns. Inside handoff to a physical Nick Chubb, and he really didn't go down. He just landed on his knees. Good pickup on 1st down. That will bring up 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. This is a play call that's very important in this football game, because Dan is a guy that likes to get his quarterback the ball for stats reasons to build him up. But you're trying to win this game as well, because this could be for playoff seeding. So we're in Wildcat right now with Lamar Jackson. Duke Johnson should get in the end zone very easily here. Wow. What a tackle by Tremaine Johnson. I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this was going to be an easy walk-in touchdown for Duke Johnson, as he had a lane and he shredded that block. Real quick. And that will bring up a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Lamar is way back. And he is stood up once again. Who was that on the sack? We don't have the name, and I don't have definitely all the players' information here in the box. And that is a loss on the play. New score, Browns 10, Jets 14. Here's the issue here. And you know, people at home and UE, my millions and millions of my fans are listening. This is tough. This is not a win for the Browns on that possession. You have to tie the football game up, going only 7 yards, and you didn't get it done. Now your defense is going to have to go back out there and hold another 2 times, not give up no points. That's going to be tough. This is a 1st down game for Keith Marshall. Moore spins out. He's at midfield. He might go 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and that is that momentum. Uncle Mo is in the building. Touchdown, Jets. Keith Marshall is doing the little bootsy. Wipe me down, as he definitely just stuck a knife in the hearts of all the Cleveland Brown fans on a 1-play, 75-yard dash to the end zone. New score, Jets 21, Browns 10. As UE got some more action going on. Can he take it right back? He's right back up the middle, and he is wrestled down at the 43-yard line. This game is starting to gain a little bit of momentum. We're going to see right now. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Lamar Jackson, hey, you're a young guy. Make something happen here. Make your mark here in UE. Let people know that Dan traded for you for a reason, because he's not just going to be your franchise guys. He's going to be a guy that's going to put Dan in those conversations with Here's the Best, with KT, with winning a ring here in Cleveland. These type of drives early in your career is something that helps build that mystique about yourself. Jets are coming on this play, and the sack is there. Now, I'll tell you what, watch Will dial it up, and he is one of those guys that will lead the lead in the sacks pretty much every year because of his defensive schemes, and he is always playing mind games with the offensive line. 2nd and 20 for the Browns. Quick shout out to Gatorade for making sure that I am hydrated and being able to announce all day and be able to get home to UE Network on our debut UE broadcast with yours truly, Hills the Legend, calling as I have stepped away from a little bit to see what's going on. Lamar Jackson steps up in the pocket, makes one guy miss. He cannot. Picks up 12 yards on the play. I think Lamar Jackson will rush for close to 1,000 yards this season. I will be very surprised if he does it. 3rd and 7 for the Browns. They have to get into the Jets territory to convert this 1st down, and they must convert this 1st down if they want any opportunity to come back and win this game. Good pass underneath. Flash Gordon as he moves the sticks for the Browns, and I love this. Absolutely love what he is doing here. He's changing the pace as he gets to midfield, because, you know, once he changed that pace, that Watch cannot set his defense. And Lamar Jackson's 7th carry of the game in his minimum game on the play. The only thing I'm worried about right now for Lamar Jackson as I watch him play is his durability. Is he going to be able to last the full 16? And if Dan has his way, the full 19 games. 2nd and 9. Pass to the big tight end, Njoko. I murdered your name. Hey, man, I'm sorry. My boy, you have good numbers with me. 3rd and 3. That was his first target of the game. Now look at this. Look at this disguise from the Jets. It's everybody at the line of scrimmage within 5 yards, and everybody is coming. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is so confusing that he puts everybody within 5 yards from the ball. Now here, hold up. We got an interesting development here, as he's going to try a real deep field goal. And the field goal is true. You gotta love Madden, ladies and gentlemen. Big field goal there. New score: Jets 21, Browns 13. That's what I was trying to say real quick while we do this kickoff is when Watch put 11 guys within 5 yards, 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's very hard to prepare for that. And the offensive lineman is almost guaranteed that someone's going to run free. It's just confusing, and it makes you have to adjust in ways that you're not comfortable. You're actually playing his game, and that's something that you cannot do if you want to win games. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Let's see if Keith Marshall get another carry. He does, spin off one guy, and he is finally forward progress is stopped as he has a buck 37 and touchdown, 12 touches on this late evening. 2nd and 2 for the Jets. 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. A very good one here in the debut of UE Network's broadcast is 21-13 Jets. As week 3 is upon us, Keem and KT would be a great one. But KT, our brother from another, is in foreign countries trying to go half on somebody. Baby, hello, somebody. Great spin move by Keith Marshall. He gets into the Browns territory. Buck 69 for the Jets on the ground. As we see a few different guys. Paul is doing what Paul does, winning. Ty struggling early. Smooth and Clemmy. Hopefully they renewed their rivalry. I said that was my upset special of the week. Jets with a short loss on the play. Miles, first time we've called his name all night. That is disappointing for Dan. And this is not Dan. This is nothing Dan can do. Miles has got to make a play on his own. At some point in time, you got to say, you know what? I'm going to make a sack fumble and make a play that's going to help my team win. 2nd and 11. Pass across the middle of the field. It is complete for the Jets. That'll bring up 3rd and short on the play. The play calling is going to always be safe with Sam Darnold. Doesn't matter how long he progresses in this league, how long he stays as the Jets quarterback. Watch will not put him in a bad position. He is a run-first guy, and he's going to make sure his quarterback is ready to capitalize down the field on a play-action throw. 3rd and 3. Got to get off the field. Got to get off the field. Got to get off the field here. Something is wide open in the middle of the field, and that will be a touch. No, not a touchdown. All the way to the 1 yard line, and that is deflating for the Browns. And I get it. You have to try something different with him. You would never think he would go verticals right there. But as soon as Coach Watch gets in position where people think they have his number, he does things like that. As we enter into the 4th and final period, Jets 21, Browns 13. But the Jets are literally on the doorsteps of busting this game wide open, like one could only expect. 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. Here on UE Network, thank you for joining us on this late night edition. And our first one, oh my goodness, Sam Darnold to throw. on first and goal. Great call, because no one seen that coming, but he led his tight end just out of the back of the end zone. So that will bring up second and goal from the 1. Now, what will you do, Watch, on this play? Will he run inside? My guess, if I was playing, I would guess to the outside, because he's seen you crash down. I think he's going to try to get to the outside, a stretch or a toss. And he tosses it to Keith Marshall. Keith Marshall did not get in, ladies and gentlemen. And he is stuffed at the 1 yard line. Third and goal from the 1. 2 more chances for the Browns. The fans are making a lot of noise. He will either run it to the wide side or he's going up the middle. I do not think he will run a toss. I think it'll be a stretch play. If I had to guess, it'd be a stretch. No, he's going dive. He's going dive here, ladies and gentlemen. What can the Browns do, though? Will they be able to stop it? Sam Darnold is checking at the line like he's throwing it late, and he's throwing it. Touchdown. Jets. That's why Watch is difficult. Who would have seen that coming? A run-first guy. Hey, I'm at the 1 yard line. I'm just going to throw it with the young kid, and we're going to go up 15 points. New score 28. Browns 13. Good shout out to my boy Sifu, the master teacher, as he was one of those guys that I enjoyed playing throughout the years. Enjoyed beating, giving him beatings like a big brother would to a little brother who always want to go with him as he goes to his journeys in life. First and 10 for the Browns. Bought there on 25. What can Lamar do here? Got hit as soon as he threw it. And that will bring up a second and long. That offensive line has to give him more time, or he's not going to complete any passes on the play. Especially times like this. Excuse me for getting a little harsh on this broadcast. Second and 13. Lamar backs up, and he has absolutely no time. Hit in the middle of that defense. Pressure right up in your face. What is she going to do? That's terrible blocking. He didn't even make a move. He didn't swim. He didn't do a little dance. He didn't bull rush. He didn't do anything. And he just disengaged and got to the quarterback. My goodness, that is terrible. Terrible, as the great Charles Barkley would say. And for the 3rd consecutive play, sack for the Jets. That'll bring up 4th and forever. If I'm Dan, I'm punting. There's no need even trying on this play, but Dan is going to try.
Doesn't help indeed.
Obtain this first down. 4th and forever. They will have to get to the 45-yard line, 35-yard line, and they are coming right up the good safety for the Jets. That is his 3rd sack of the game. They're not even blocking. Look at that offense. That's inexplainable, and that's inexcusable. How are you letting, you're 300 pounds. Why are you letting a corner run past you without touching him? At least put a freaking hand on him. That's disgusting. You should be benched. You should be cut. You should be removed from Madden. But there's a lot of offensive linemen in Madden, so we wouldn't have no people actually playing if that was the case. After the safety kick, the Jets will have possession, 1st and 10, ball at their own 34-yard line. Now, I think we did have a matchup with the Texans and Giants this week. Sifu will win against AJ. AJ took the Jets, the Giants, as a team that has a lot of pieces on offense. You have, obviously, Odell. You have Ingram, who gets overshadowed a lot because of the next guy I'm going to name, and that's Barkley. Wow, what was this? He is punished in the backfield. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. It's going to be interesting to see the AFC South. with Josh, who is demanding respect, Seafood, and Perez in that division. And a new co-zoner we really don't know much about. So it's going to be fun to see him. 3rd and 13. Just don't turn the ball over, Sam, and they throws it underneath. 12 for 15, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. But he has a fumble that didn't really hurt his team.
Oh, without a doubt, that's a great way to score some points.
I know it's getting late. For around 10:45 Eastern time, 10:50. My boy Dan is sleepy because that was a sleepy play that he just made on that one. That was a sleepy decision. That wasn't a decision I know my boy Dan wouldn't make. Regardless of the outcome of this game, Dan and the Browns have something to look forward to. Lamar Jackson is going to be a fun player for them this season. And he's going to give a lot of people headaches and fits because of his speed. It's so electric, it's hard to stop. Running back swing to Nick Chubb. And he stood up by a few Jets on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. Nick Chubb is going to be a big factor. I think he could be a big factor for this offense as he's a different pace type of back. He's not too big. He's not too small. He's just right for this type of offense.
They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
2nd and 6 for the Browns.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Lamar got time, and he got a few blockers. If he can pick up one more, he might get down the sidelines, and he takes a dangerous hit. I'm thinking targeting here, and that's what we're looking for here in Cleveland. No flags are out. That's not, ooh, that was close to targeting on that play. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Lamar has pretty good energy. He's a young man. Duke Johnson is the intended receiver. He picks up 2 yards on that play. But Lamar's stamina, his durability is definitely 2 things that I'm going to be concerned about if I'm a Cleveland Browns fan this season. What is he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to stand up because his line is not the best?
It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation.
And he already takes a lot of hits per scrambling as well. 3rd and 13 for the Browns. They will have to get across the 47-yard line to convert the 1st down. 3 minutes left in the 4th and final period of this opening inaugural game in UE, as we will be commentating some games. Lamar Jackson is actually 14 for 15, 103 yards, just got over the century mark, and a touchdown. He's been efficient. He hadn't turned the football over. He just can't get off his back because he's getting under a lot of pressure by the Jets defense, and his offensive line hasn't helped him. 4th and 5, last chance for him, and he takes a shot in his first career interception here in UE. Well, excuse me, not career interception, but first interception of this game. Had a guy underneath, said, you know what, I'm a chance it down the field, and he got burned. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Ball at their own 44-yard line, handed off to Keith Marshall. Now watch is a guy that will go to 3-0, and the question remains now, will he break or tie or get close to that elusive 10 Super Bowls here in UE that is currently held by yours truly. KT has 5 of his own. Watch already is at 5. Can he continue on climbing that ladder? Because he has turned into one of these juggernauts that is going to be hard to defeat. 2 minutes one here in the 4th quarter. Or will he be defeated and dethroned? I think the AFC is going to be good. I think it's going to be tough for him this year. Seafood is actually over there And not saying Sifu was going to be that difference. But those type of roadblocks he didn't have to go through. Wow, what an interception. And that's what Dan is great at. Baiting you into thinking something is open and it has no chance of getting completed. And then it's a turnover, just a tad bit too late for him. But is Watts going to be a juggernaut or a one-hit wonder?
On second down, Jackson.
And I think Dan is going to be a force every year. I really think I like Dan's team, and I know what he builds. I know how he builds teams. I'm definitely not going to tell people's strategy like that over there, but I know what Dan likes to do as far as building their team, not as playing. And we know if he gets to build a team the way he wants to, it's going to be hard for people to beat him in AFC. So I think he has a chance to get to the AFC Championship game on more than one occasion. But that offensive line is going to have to do more. The 11th sack for Lamar Jackson. And it's getting to the point where you're wondering, is it really worth them being in the game at this point? Because he's taking an absolute beating as of now. But his division, throw it away, Lamar, do not get hit. Good job. As far as this division is a little bit ups and downs. It's a lot of confusion as he has his good friend Austin is in the division with him. He has Squid in the division with him as the Raiders, and he has the Wild One Waffle House as the Pittsburgh Steelers. That division is going to be tough. I don't think you're going to get no more than one playoff team out of that division every year. So you're going to have to take care of your division games. I like what I've seen from the Browns tonight, though. Watch is one of those guys that's hard to beat. And as he takes his kick down to the no, he's still on his feet, and he loses the football. What a hit stick, and it's recovered by the Browns. And that's what happens. You don't quit. This team never quits. That's going to be difficult to beat because the Watches is maybe in a league of his own right now, but I think everyone else is getting, that gap is not as far apart. So if you play like Dan is playing now, playing hard, playing to the whistle, playing to his no time remaining, then it's not gonna be hard to beat. Nick Chubb steps out of one tackle. Look, and that's what I'm saying. This team is very loaded. They're very young. And I talked to Coach Dan before the game. He's excited about his team no matter what happened today. He obviously had a game plan that he wanted to win, but if he didn't win, he told me this team is going to be fine in the long haul. Lob it up. Go get it, young man. Go get it. Inside 30 seconds for the Browns. And Ratley went and got that one for Lamar Jackson. What can Lamar do here? Scramble out. That's a touch. No, he is tackled at the 1 yard line. And that would have been huge for Lamar, as all this is going to do is just give Lamar and the Browns a closer and less of a defeat. That's all it's going to really do at the end of the day. 9 seconds remaining here in the final quarter. Lamar Jackson walks in, and that's another touchdown. Remember, Rookie of the Year. Lamar Jackson is definitely going to be in the running for that, and the MVP, if Dan is going to be successful. And the extra point is good. 7 seconds remaining in the game. Jets 30, Browns 20. We hope you really have enjoyed this broadcast. And right now we know it's definitely going to be me, myself, and I to get it kicked off. Might have more people to join as it goes along. But as for now, we're a one-man show, and we kind of like it that way. And I'm not going to complain. 2 seconds remaining. Hopefully we'll see him nail it out here, and he's not. So I would expect a timeout. from the Browns, and nope, he runs it out, and that's the final play of this game. I appreciate Dan allowing me to broadcast their game. Dan and Watch, both guys reached out to me, said they definitely would love to be a part of the first broadcast, and we appreciate both of those guys. Get your game scheduled out there in UE. Do not go 24 hours without reaching out to your opponent. Let them know your time, what you're available, what you're willing to do. Sacrifice, communicate equals a set time. The Jets will improve to 3-0. Browns will drop to 2-1. Both teams have a bright future with Sam Darnold, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, a $145 touchdown and a rushing touchdown to add to his total. Both of them completed over 75% of their passes. Bright futures. These two, don't be surprised. I know you've seen these logos. You've seen the franchises last year competing in championship games. And don't be surprised you see it again now. For the UE Network, I am Heels the Best, Heels the Legend. Whatever you want to call me, just put respect on my name. Enjoy the rest of your late evening time, and don't go half on a baby. We'll catch you next time on the UE Network.